Hey, what is, guys? Making videos when I can. I'm gonna talk about my Godzilla review. As you can see, my Godzilla's in the corner, like up there, and my comic picks. So I've already done with the comic picks, and I'm gonna give a short review of the new Godzilla movie, King of Monsters. So, and I'll give like an update of what's been going on because I spent like a lot of money on my comics this week, probably more than I should, and some of the newer things I haven't. So, yeah. So, for me, my comics week started. So, first one I got is a Doomsday Clock number 10 of 12. It just continues the story as Dr. Manhattan run chaos. I don't know if that's too big of a spoiler, but continues the story as last three issues about to come out. So curious to see how they're going to conclude the whole story. Then a lot of these, because like I haven't had a lot of money. My car recently got flooded, so I'm making payments on that. Trying to find a better paying job. That's at least $10 an hour and 40 hours a week. I haven't found it yet, so a lot of these are are continuations. I'm trying to go back to school. I'm in the middle of a house remodel where I'm living at, so there's a lot of things been going on. So this is just like kind of like why I'm on these comics. So some of these are kind of like end issues or middle issues. Give you a backstory of that from my last video. I think out a month before or something like that. I gotta check. But with the side expectation, for my second issue I got this week is the saga concludes, whereas Peter Parker Spider-Man fights from the Amazing Spider-Man Kraven the Hunter again, as they always have a good matchup whenever they fight, and it's just interesting to see how the stories can conclude and everything. I definitely like the artwork, which brings me is like to another Spider-Man that apparently is getting really acclaimed. I didn't really like the first issue as much, but the second issue is kind of a little better. Spider-Man life story is era in the 70s, maybe because it was the 60s era. It was the first one, and I just wasn't as big into it. And curious to see finish reading this. It's kind of interesting. Got some cool like tidbits. It's just Spider-Man from the 70s back in the day, kind of retrospect look at him back in that time. Curious to see what they do for the 80s and the 90s Spider-Man. They make that. I think they should, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Then we got I don't know if it's a one shot, but it looked pretty cool because like I said, I watched Riverdale and that season finale ended. Guess we can do a little recap on that. But that is the Snow Horrors Blossom 66. That's my dog in the background. You hear squeaky noise. It's just like Cheryl Blossom. Actually, these like kind of like in some weird satanic rituals as they kind of argue with in the what is that one? I'm trying to think. Oh, Sabrina, the teenage witch, the Netflix series. So it looks like more of that veins. Even on the back, it says Cheryl and Jason Blossom, Jason Brom's her brother. He gets killed in the TV version of Riverdale, but they would have you believe that they're both twin witches, like a tie into the whole Sabrina thing. It's kind of interesting. It's like a darker take. So I'm never interested in that. Which happens, like I guess, on a similar vein is not sure these showcases too. Is Tara the Witch of the Black Rose, which I talked about before. Just like very teenage rich. Like I am Christian, so it does borderline some issues with 666. But it's interesting to see like witches and battling and fighting stuff, news from natural forces. So it's they're like really different. Very heavy though. I wouldn't recommend this for everybody, but I'm into it. As you can see, I'm a host and Christian, but I do love me some interesting stories. And I also got a signed issue of it, the variants. Of course, sex sells, so I was like, what's that about? Very heavy metal shit. But I would never do it technical. What am I, fucking idiot? But yeah, that's a whole other discussion. But then we got Batman Detective Annual 2. I didn't buy or pick up the other 1000th issue because it was like his anniversary, and I was like, it just cost a lot. This cost a lot too. I spent a lot this week. This less is about $4.99. Not as much, but still expensive. Just continues a bunch of mini shots of Batman to see like what they're gonna do. I know they're doing that Nightfall, whatever thing, where Batman's in the same asylum, all kind of crazy stuff. So I'll probably big story. I probably won't read that, but there's some interesting developments in this. Like, yes, I am more of a Superman fan, but I don't hate Batman. Sometimes Batman makes a good story. He's not my favorite, but I talked about him podcasts and videos before. He's like my what did I say? What do I rank Batman in the DC universe as far as heroes? It obviously probably my third favorite, I guess. No, I can take it back. Fourth, maybe. Yeah, it would be Superman, Captain Marvel, or Shazam, whatever you want to call him for DC. Green Lantern, and then Batman. Yeah, that'd probably be the good order. But and then we got Heroes in Crisis, which kind of concludes the story with the Flash. You know, as a I don't know what the because I again this is an issue, so I don't know what's happening, but it looks really interesting. And I've heard about like it's Old Barry, so I don't know if this is Wally and Barry, or this is both Barrys and different versions of stuff. So I'm interested to see how that concludes. And it was almost sold out when I went to pick it up. I wasn't able to pick my comics on Wednesday. I picked them on Thursday. So this was like very a big issue. So if you're a fan of this series, I guess it's a big conclusion. If not, check out this out because it might tie into some Flash storylines on DC. You know, check it out. Then we do got some one shots. I know we talked about it before, like the Lukewarm 5, the new Hellboy movie. I didn't mind it, but I know it didn't get like as much critical praise. But that is and it's funny because they make it just shield because as you see, Lobster Jones or Lobster Johnson, he's in the movie and he's in this and he's a character from kind of newer character. They reference he's kind of like older, but it's weird. You have to read it out of Dark Horse Comics. But they had like a crossover, and it's a Mexican, and then it's still it looks like the Blue Devil. I know, the Mexican wrestler, but it's weird because he has Lobster Jones emblem. So I got to see that's about, and Hellboy got long horns and stuff again, and you see as even the skulls like it's very just cool because I like Mexican wrestling and luchadors and that story about, and I'm a wrestling fan. And Hellboy got some big sideburns, but it's very interesting to see that. They also got a little ad for the Hellboy movie, the art of the motion picture. I guess they're gonna have an art book, but I'm kind of so serious if it's gonna be good. It's not gonna be as good as the Toro's art books, you know, because those are fucking amazing. The Green Lantern, I know that movie wasn't the best, but that Green Lantern art book is actually pretty interesting because all of the alien concepts they didn't do, kind of interesting what they could have done. I always see like a bargain bin at Barnes and Noble. I just never bought it because it's like it's not that too much, but it's like still $10. Maybe one day I'll get that for my birthday or something. And then I'll review on here as an art book review. I guess speaking of art review, Street Fighters and a pinup special came. Just the girls, it's kind of the outfit. Someone showed too much, get flagged or whatever. But you can't go wrong with that, you know. Gonna go along because, like I said, I have a lot. My final issue is, and this might be in the Walmart because I know DC was doing it with Walmart. Yeah, even like the DC, as you can see, summer theme. It is DC's Book of Summer, Dog Days or something like that. What you need is for $10. Kind of, it's like a one shot. It's just a bunch of summer adventures, Superman, Batman. As you can see, Beast Boy and like a bunch of the pets and animals. So definitely kind of cool. Probably two made one of them is in this, as well as Killer Croc. I'm just flipping through trying to see. Crypto makes an appearance. Nothing probably too much development of these, just the kind of cool one shots and fun ideas that they let the writers do. So it's always fun when they get to do stuff like this. So definitely pick that up. You know, even support DC Comics if you're a DC Comics fan. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Again, on the 9-minute mark, I'll make a quick summary of what I thought of Godzilla King of Monsters. It was pretty good. You know, the good kaiju battles, too much what you can do. I didn't really like the Lady Doctor, the main character, her reason for everything. Even her big sacrifice, she's kind of like, I won't spoil it too much, but that was like one thing with it. But it's kind of weird seeing, I guess no spoiler, but Gamera, King Gamera, when you first see him, it's kind of like he looks kind of weird, but it's like I guess you get used to it. Like, what do you expect? Like that's a giant Hydro dragon. I don't know much more they can do, but he still looks good. It doesn't have quite the goldish chin, but he still looks interesting, you know, as far as the character. But yeah, you know, pretty much good. You know, they were able to tie into humans. I know a lot of the backlash for the Godzilla 2014 was there wasn't enough ones to fight. There's a lot in this one, even in Kong Skull Island. In Kong Skull Island, they even show I'm trying to blank. They even show a lot of fights at that, like Kong Skull Island. You know, they even say themselves like, "Oh, I want to see the ants," or when he says Obviously, Kairac says it in that. But they're both definitely pretty good. There's a lot of tie-ins to Khan. They do mention Elijah footage when King Skull Island, like Spanish films. So we're leading up to that big battle. And I won't spoil it too much, but it was definitely pretty good. Good kaiju film. For Americans doing it. I know Japan Toho Studios is supposed to make their own version. I think they're just remastering some of the older movies. I know they had to animate those animes come out. I wasn't really a big fan of those. I didn't realize there was a new Ultraman anime, which ties into the manga they have right now. It's pretty good. I'm watching it. They reference kaijus and stuff like that. Obviously Ultraman is fuck as blah 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 because the same Toho Studios. But it's one of those weird things. But before I start rambling, yeah, it's pretty good. Check out American Kaiju one. We're never gonna get Shin Godzilla 2 because that director is known for stirring up community and it was a hassle for working with him. But yeah, definitely you check it out. It's Kaiju approved. I'm a longtime Kaiju fan. As you can see my figures, and I'll talk about my Godzilla comics before and other stuff. But definitely they did a pretty good job. Let me know what you guys think of it. How it improved or like which you liked or what you didn't like. I generally enjoyed it. That was a big beef was the mom character, mom doctor, wherever she was, and some people don't really get clear comeuppance. It's kind of sucks because like they was like that in King Kong. They got not King Kong because he's not a king yet. And that version, the characters did get comeuppance, but they're just desserts. But I am rambling, so I better go. Before there's a lot to talk about this movie. I could keep talking, but yeah, that's all I'll say. So this is a video go with my dog Squeaky Choy. Guys, take care. And on the peace. Signing up. Getting on the peace. Guys, take care. You go sign out.